into the chatbot in a few minutes, but I want to show you an example on just one of my sites. This is a site that I just kind of play with, and you'll see what the chatbot looks like. So right here, I've got a site called Member Bytes, and you can see that it's loading right now, so it takes just a second to load. And then right here, I've got a chat now box, if you notice, right here on the bottom right-hand side. So I'm just going to click that chat now. And I've been chatting with it, so it's got information in there. But if you were brand new and you hadn't been here before, it would probably be blank, or it might pop up with this first response right here. So if you want to test it, you just go to memberbytes.com. That's MEMBERBYTES, and I'll type that in the thing. Let me type that in there. I can get there. And because I'm sharing screen, it doesn't want to do that. So I'm going to go back to my website. So memberbytes.com. I'll try to type that in there in just a minute. But this is the first message that pops up, and it says, I'm the Builderall Diva. Where would you like to start? And it says, get Builderall information, get solo ad info, or get free software. So I'm going to click get Builderall info. And then it says, are you currently a member of Builderall? I'll say no. And once I do that, it says, Builderall is one of the best choices you'll ever make for your business. I would love to give you a 7-day free trial. Message me when you join and say hello. Then I'll or back to the main menu. I'm going to go ahead and if I click the 7-day free trial, that's just my URL to take them to my affiliate link for the 7-day free trial. But I'm going to click go back to the main menu, and that takes me all the way back to the beginning. And now I can look at solo ad info. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And when I do, it says Udemy solo ads tips and tricks, and I can click continue. And then it gives some information about solo ads, like what are solo ads, Udemy link, the vendors I use, and then I can go back to the main menu. So let's take a look at the vendors I use. So when I click that button, it actually brings up a picture of the actual vendors that I use when I do Udemy. And it specifically names Mark Hayden, Jen Johnson, Tasia Smith, and Philip Coble. These are all people that I've used on Udemy. And then it says, always remember to do your research. And then I can go back to the solo ad menu. And then from there, I can click a different choice, or I can go back to the main menu. And then the last one is get free software. When I'm about the free software for Link Wizard, and I can click right there to get that software. It gives me the instructions on what to do, or I can go back to the main menu. So I want you to notice a couple things when I went through that. Is there was always a menu. One of the things that you can get caught in real quick when you're building the bots, the chat bots, is that you'll hit a place where you don't give them a way to get out of it, and they get stuck right where they're at. So you always want to give them a way to get all the way back to the very beginning, and they can get started again. Another thing that you can do with chatbots is you can set up something called AI, or artificial intelligence, where it's looking for specific things that you put in, and when they type those things in, it'll go straight to that area. So for example, we have this area right here that says get solo ads. Let's say that I had a huge bot and I didn't want to send them all the way through all the steps to be able to get to information on solo ads. Well, I set it up so that if they type in the word solo, it's the same thing as clicking get solo ads. So all I do is type in solo and hit enter. And that should take me to the area that is about solo ads, solo ad area. So you can imagine I can have a huge bot, like many different areas in the bot. And I can have those hidden areas that may not be on a menu anywhere. They may actually just, the only way to get to them is your bot user to type in a specific word. And you can have discounts that way. You can have special promotions that way, incentives that way, special training that way, member only access to things that way. So there's a lot of ways to use these chatbots to not just give information, but to create ways that people can get things from you without you having to work to get it to them, right? So very, very exciting stuff to do. So let me show you the first thing you need to do. And I'm going to go ahead and jump back in to make sure you guys are still connected because my computer is going wacky today. So let me check and see. John says, can't wait to add chatbot to all your sites. John, it is super exciting. It's really, really cool. And he said, is this built with a BA chatbot? Yes, this whole chatbot that I just showed you is exclusively done through Builderall. So it's ready for you to be able to do the Builderall chatbot. So that's really cool, right? So let me take you to a couple of different things that I want to show you as far as chatbots. And the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're set up for subscription services on your page that you want to do for chatbots. So I'm going to show you through Facebook. So let me share my screen. I did a video training on how to do this. So if you want to look in the Builderall USA channel, you can see a complete video on how to do this. So I'm going to go through it really quickly to show you. All right, so I should be sharing my screen. There we go. And now I'm going to go to Facebook. My computer, you guys, I apologize. I was not able to shut down before I started. All right, I'm going to go to my member button. There we go. And this is my personal page. You can only attach a chatbot to a page, not a group. And when I go to this page, I need to go to my settings area. So I'm going to click settings. And that's going to load all of the settings for my page. In dealing with our messenger platform and our chatbot, we're going to click this area right here, the messenger platform. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And these are where the settings are to manage my my chatbot. And the one that I want you to focus on is down here, features. And right here, you're going to have a button to allow you to set up for subscription messaging. And there's a whole video on how to do this. This is under advanced messaging features. But you want to make sure that you set messaging because it takes 5 business days to get approved. So you need to do this today. You need to figure out what page or pages you want to add chatbots to, and then go ahead and submit for all of them today so that you can get that process of being approved done, and then you'll be ready to go. So that is important. I've actually already been approved. If you see that check mark, that means they've gone through and approved me already. The other thing that you'll need is this right here, the messenger link. This is the link directly to your chatbot. So they don't have to go to your website and they don't have to go to your Facebook page. Send them the link and it will send them directly to Messenger and into your chatbot. So let's take a look at how that works. I'm going to highlight it and copy it. And then I'm going to go to a URL. And I'm going to paste it in there and hit enter. And you'll see that it takes me straight into the map on Facebook. So I don't even go to a page or anything. Go to Messenger. It only goes into Messenger, but it opens up that exact chat bot so I can start chatting. So here's the Messenger platform. And then here's the actual chat bot that's opened up. And I've already been talking in it. I've been talking to myself. So there's already stuff in there. But if this was brand new and the first time you were there, it would probably be empty. And you'd have to type in, you know, the letter A and hit enter. And that would start it off with the welcome message. And then everything else is automated from there. So there's 3 ways to get into your chat bot. You can do it by going into the page that you attach it to. to the Facebook page that you attach it to, or you can send them to it by the direct link. So those 3 ways, okay? And then remember that you've also got, once you send them to a chatbot, you've got those artificial intelligence. For example, I type in solo, and that's going to take me directly to the solo ad area of my chatbot. So lots of different ways to do this, guys. And really, it's important to learn the ins and outs of all the different ways that you can do it. So that is the chatbot, and you've seen the MemberBite site with the chatbot. So now you know that there's several ways to do it. I will saying, which is adding the customer chat plugin. So this lets people start a conversation on your website. So in that same area on your Facebook page settings, there's customer chat plugin. And you click the setup there, and there's a little bit of setup that you do. And once you do that, it gives you a code, and that code you put onto your web page, and that's how you get it on your web page right there. Okay, so there's a lot that has to be done in that settings area so that you can set up your chatbot correctly. So you want to make sure that you understand the many different ways that you can set it up. So let me go over again the important parts of this area. So you go to settings, and then that's gotten, let me go back. I want to make sure I do this right. So let me go back. Facebook, the computer is really slow. So I'm going to go to my MemberBites page. So there's my page. And because I'm the owner of this page here, so I'm going to click settings. And that takes me to all of the settings that I have for this page. But I'm going to focus on Messenger platform here on the left, your platform. And it'll take a minute to load. There we go. And on the Messenger platform, I want to go to advanced messaging features. So I'm going to jump to that section. And this is where I set up subscription messaging. And that's really important. Make sure you look on the Builderall USA page on the YouTube channel. And you'll see a new video there that shows you how to do this and how to fill it out. Just above that is the actual link going straight to your chatbot. So you can bypass the website and you can bypass the Facebook page. And then when you go further down just a little bit, you'll see the customer chat plugin, which once you go through the setup process, you'll get some HTML code that you can add to your web page, and that will make the chatbot appear on your website. So good stuff. And I'm going to jump in, guys, and see what questions you have so far. So I'm going to turn off screen sharing for just a second. And see. Dun, 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 dun. Got some questions. Sherry says, I was testing the chatbot from the test site, and I was typing in my own message like, hi, and every time I typed, it was giving me the option over and over again. Yeah, what that is a default message. Default message, you can only have one default message in there, but it can be anything you want to be. So if they type in something that the chatbot doesn't understand because you haven't set something up, then you can set the default message as something like, I don't understand. If you'd like to go back to the main menu, please type in start or something like that. But there is no way for it to read like every possible combination that anybody could put in. Well, there is, but it would be a huge AI platform. So Builderall's not quite got that huge of an AI platform yet. So you have to figure out what you want your default message to be. And then if they type anything in that is not caught by the AI, it will do that default message. And right now, my default message is the welcome message. Nabi says, sounds exciting, Shelly. John says, hey, John. Thanks, John. No worries, John. Excellent, John. So, yay, John. And Chad says, chatbots will not work with Facebook. Yeah, it has to be a business page. It cannot be a group, and it cannot be your personal profile. Sherry says, so this chatbot is not the same as where we post in the group, and when someone comments, and they get an auto message. That's right, Sherry. That, what you're talking about, is called the Facebook inbox answer. And that's a little bit different than the chat bot. But to me, it's almost the same idea. I call the chat bot a smart bot, and then the Facebook inbox answer a dumb bot. And it's a dumb bot because it's only giving you one answer, and it doesn't even care what you put in as a comment. It's just you commented, and it's going to give you an answer. So the Facebook inbox answer is what I call a dumb bot, and then the actual chat bot is a smart bot. John says, can the BA chat be added to a website that are not in BA? Yes, absolutely. You have code, and that code can be used on any website. It's just HTML code. So if you can add code, add HTML code, you can add it. Now, the issue to me is if you add it like on WordPress, then that chatbot's going to appear right where you add it. Whereas with Facebook, I have the ability to click and drag it because of Pixel Perfect. I can click and drag it and put it exactly where I want it. So getting it exactly where you want it may be an issue. I like it on the bottom right-hand side. I don't know if you have that capability specifically like in WordPress, but you can try it out. It's been a while since I played in WordPress because I kind of like playing in. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at a couple of other things with the chatbot. So I'm going to go to share my screen. And entire screen. And here we go. Yay. How to get into the chatbot so you can start showing you how to edit yet. But I'm going to go back to my virtual office, and I'm going to go to the dashboard right here and go to apps. And then right here where it says Facebook chatbot, and I'm just going to go ahead and click that. And that item we were talking about a few minutes ago, the Facebook inbox answer, it's actually along with the chatbot. So they're both in the same area. So the first thing it says is to continue with Facebook. So I'm just going to click that. And that just registers me and connects to Facebook. So it can pull in all of my pages and all of my posts if I want to pull them in. Home. And it's telling me that I can import a new Facebook page. The next thing is pages, and that's going to show all the pages that I've connected so far. So there's been several pages that I've connected to just kind of play with. I can add a new page at any point. I just click the add new page that they're connected right now. Then I can click post to answer, and this is where the Facebook inbox answer tool is at, where you start working on that. So right here, I've got a post that got an answer. You've also got an area called page subscribers. When I click that, it shows me all of my pages. So you guys saw me on. And when I do that, it's going to go to that page, and it's going to take a look at everybody that's been in that chatbot and show me who all is registered. So I myself, I registered on July the 31st. John Watkins registered on August the 9th. So you can actually see information. And then if I click that little circle with the letter I in it, that gives me more information about that person, including a profile picture, and then actually some very interesting information about their gender, their locale, time zone, the current time for them, and then a little bit more information. So you get a little bit of information about each person that actually activates themselves in your messenger. So very interesting for sure. And then you've got the option of sequences, and this is a lot like an email autoresponder, except this is going to be a chatbot autoresponder. So you can set up pre-made messages and have them send out over time, which is really, really cool. So instead of emails, you can be sending out chatbot messages. So that happens when they subscribe, and they'll actually get sent those sequences based on how you set them up. There's growth tools. I haven't quite figured those out yet. Broadcasting, that's where you can send one specific message to everybody that subscribed to your, or if you're a hair salon and you're having a discount that day, you can do a broadcast message to everybody that subscribed to your bot to tell them, hey, if you come in today, you can get a 10% discount. So you cast message to everybody right then. There's workflows. I'll show you that in a minute. There's automation. I'll show you that in a minute. And then if there's any problems with sending out messages or anything like that, it'll actually show you the problems that pop up. So if I click that, it will actually show you some of the problems that I've been having. And this was back in 2017. Problems are any problems and it can't deliver, it will actually tell you that there's problems. So now let's go take a look at automation. So if I click that area, this actually allows you to set up the automation for the specific Facebook page and chatbot that you're working on. So I'm going to click select page and I'm going to go to member bites. And this is where I was telling you set your default reply. So this right here is my default reply, and it is enabled because I check marked that right there. And I've selected a specific flow called the Welcome Builderall flow to be my default reply. So what that means is if they type something in it will reply with this default reply. There's also reply rules. Remember I told you that if you typed in the word solo, it would pull up the solo ad stuff. So I have a flow that's named solo ads. If they type in the word solo, it will pull that flow up. So you can set multiple reply rules to go to a specific place in your bot and they can bypass all the rest of it. So that's going to be valuable. Like say if you have a team in Builderall and you want to do some training for them and offer it into the chatbot, not have to send them to a page or anything like that. You can do it right there in the chatbot, where you can just have them type in a specific word and it will send them straight to your training in the chatbot so they can watch it. So there's a lot of power just in this area. And then there's the welcome message. This is not quite ready. It's still under development. But what it does is when you access the chatbot, it's the first message that pops up without the user having to do anything to make it happen. So when you open up the messenger for the first time, right now it just comes up blank. But if you set this welcome message up, when you open it up, that first welcome message will show. So that's coming soon. It's not quite there yet. And then we'll talk about workflows. These are the actual pockets of information that you're going to set up for your chatbot. And you can see that I've got several of them that I've created. And here's the first one, the Welcome Builderall. That's the first message and the default message for the Member Bites chatbot. So if I go in and take a look at it, I'm going to click Edit, and you'll be able to see how this flows. So you've got steps that you can set up, and this is the first step. I've only got the one step in this one. And I set up a message with text, image, and buttons, and that's the first item that pops up is that picture, and it says, welcome, I'm the Builderall Diva. And then without stopping, it'll go to the next area, this next box, and it's a message with a button, and it says, where would you like to start? And then it gives these options of get Builderall info, get solo ad info, and get free software. So this is the first flow. It's very short, very simple. And they have to click one of these buttons right here to get out of this flow and into another flow. So if I click this get Builderall info, you can see that the action is to start another flow, and that flow is Builderall info. Now, I can also send them not to a flow, but to a URL. A cell phone is, if this is designed to be used for cell phone bot, I can go to a specific step inside this flow, or I can start another flow. So those are the options I have on the action that can go on this button. So I've got this as start another flow and then go to this specific flow. It lists all my flows for me. So I just got to pick the one that I want to send it to and then click save. So that's actually chatbots in a nutshell. The challenge is to organize your bots. You're going to have to draw them out first on what questions you want to ask, what information you want to give, how they're going to get there, and then how they're going to get back to that main menu. Because you want to always remember that you don't want to leave the loop open so they get stuck. So you have to make sure, what I call, you have to close all your loops to make sure that they don't get stuck. And then they have to go all the way to the beginning if they can get to the beginning. So that's probably the back and you guys can see me. I apologize. That's, again, my computer just kind of wigged out on me a little bit. But let me know if you can see me, and let me know if you can hear me. And hopefully we got reconnected and everything's good to go. So just send me a message if you can see and hear me. Guess what? We lost Shelly. Hopefully not. Okay, you're back. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. All right, so I do have a page that is set up to show you the exact flow of the chatbot that I did. And I can, honestly, my brain is so mud right now that I can't remember the address of the page. So hopefully I'll remember and I can get that information to you guys. If you want the page, all it is a web page, and I drew out exactly how I set up the chatbot so that you can see the flow of everything and how it loops back to the very beginning. So if you want the address to that page, just private message me in Facebook, and I will give you that link for page I created, and I will be glad to share that with you so you can take a look at that exact funnel, or sorry, that exact chatbot, and see how it's set up. I think of it as a funnel actually, because it's like a map of where you want the person to go, but it is a chatbot. But hopefully that gives you an idea of what a chatbot is like. And it's not that hard to set up. You just have to set up the flows. And that's it. You have to keep track of those flows, and you just send the user from one flow to the next, to the next, to the next. And then always making sure that you've got some way to go back to the beginning so they don't get out of that loop and get stuck. Do you guys have any questions about anything that we talked about today? Because we talked about a lot today. I'm here to answer your questions, of course. Chad says mud. Very, very tired. You can probably tell. John says, can you have multiple bots so you can put them on different websites? Yep, you can have as many bots as you want. You just have to keep track of the flows. So probably what I'm going to do is start naming my flows. I can know that this flow goes to this bot, this flow goes to this bot, the name of every flow. So like everything that would go into this member bites bot would start with the number 2. And that way I know that if it starts with the number 2, that goes to the member bites bot. That way I can keep track of them in my mind and be able to tell, because you can imagine with those flows, I've only built the one bot and I've got a bunch of flows. So you can imagine if I'm building a lot of bots, I'm going to have a lot of flows in there. And I need to make sure that I know which ones go to which bots. Chad says, I would like to be able to give my customers access to the back end of the e-commerce store I developed for them. Will that be possible? I didn't see that possibility in the e-commerce platform, so I don't think it's possible, but remember, Chad, that you can always go into the roadmap and make sure you put that as a suggestion in the roadmap so that they can see that, because that is going to be important. I mean, I'm going to be working on building e-commerce stores in the Builderall platform for other people. So it would be nice for me to enable them to go in and put in their own products and their own pricing once I've built everything for them. So it's not a bad idea. I didn't see that capability in there yet. So go ahead and suggest it in the roadmap for sure. Anne-Marie says, are they automatically subscribed to the bot just by clicking on it? Yes, 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 yes. They are working on unsubscribe. I don't think that ability is in there yet, and they will make that ability available so that once it's there, they can choose to unsubscribe. And unsubscribe can be as simple as having them type the word unsubscribe, and they're unsubscribed from anything that you would send out. They're working on that right now. That capability is not there quite yet. John says, thanks for the info, Shelly. As always, great information. Thank you, John. Glad to share with you. And Shirley says, can you please send us the samples you used to get approved for Facebook? That's actually in that video, Shirley. If you take a look at the training video, go to Builderall USA and then type in chatbot and just type in the search. Oh, let me look it up for you. I think that's probably better. Let me look it up for you. So I'm going to go to share my screen and share. And there we go. And I'll go to the Builderall USA channel. All right, there's Builderall USA. And then right here on this channel, there's a search bar. So you can search by that search function. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to type in and see if that finds it. Nope. It might still be hidden. Hold on. Let me see if it's under Builderbot. Nope. So tell you what, let me find the link. Hang on just a second. So Creator Studio and Video Manager. Take this a second to come up because it is really painfully slow. And let me scroll down and see if I can find that. There it is right there. Subscription messaging. That's why I couldn't find it. So there it is right there. Like this, and I'm going to try to share it inside of Webinar Jam, even though it's not been cooperating. All right, there we go. So at the top of the chat, that link should be there. Go ahead and click on that link now so you can save it. And because you may not be able to get access to it after the webinar is over, and I want to make sure that you can get to it. So that's the link to show you exactly how to do the subscription messaging setup. And inside there, I show you exactly what I put in there to get approved. So that should help you a lot, Shirley. Chad says, thank you. You're welcome, Chad. Gerald C says, is just chatbot questions tonight? No, you can send me any kind of questions, and if I can answer it, I will. Ron says, we do not be at the top of the chat area, because for some reason it's not allowing me to just do regular. You guys can chat, but it's not letting me chat. I hate Webinar Jam. Ugh. I can't wait till we get it all moved over to Builderall. Shirley says, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Ron, if you still can't find the link, just provide that chat, the one you saw me, the example. I will be glad to send that page to you, and you can take a look at it so that you don't have to copy it exact, but it'll give you an idea of what was going through my brain when I set it up. And that way, hopefully, you can use it as an example. And oh, great, John, thank you. John, thank you very much. John actually shared it in chat for you guys. I can't because Webinar Jam is not letting me type in chat. I'm the owner of the group and I can't type in chat. So anyway, a couple of things if you need it. The YouTube link if you need it and didn't get it, message me. And the link to the page that shows you the entire diagram of the chatbot that I used for the example, just let me know you need that and I'll give you that link. So those two things are what I will give to you. Does anybody have any more questions? Doesn't have to be chatbot related, and I will do my best to answer them. I'll give you 2 more minutes for questions. And then I'm going to go to bed because I'm very tired. I shot those 11 videos today, and they're great videos. They're really great videos, but it takes a lot of work to shoot them and get ready for them. Nabi says, speaking of Webinar Jam, when is BA coming out with its own? Nabi, we have one already. We have a webinar platform, and you can use it to do live videos for just one person recording and put it in there and do a webinar from the recording. And then you can take it and actually add it to a web page. So you can have like a broadcast room or web page room or something like that. So it is already ready. It's just that there's updates coming that's going to make it even better. And those updates are that you're going to be able to have multiple guest speakers on your webinar, and you're going to be able to stream your desktop so you can do software demonstrations and training and stuff like that. So it is there already. And I do have training. If you look on the Builderall USA channel and type in webinar for a search, it'll pull up the training that I've already done on the webinar. And then soon I'll have more training when they add those added features. So go ahead and start playing with it now because it's actually really cool. Just the way it is really cool. All right, if there are no other questions, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I hope that you got some good information, and I appreciate you guys being here. John did ask a question. He said, will BA have any plans to do a live event like some companies do, like one a year where everyone gets together? Yes, we're actually working on that now. The first one, they want to be in Orlando, Florida, where the home office is. So get ready because there'll probably be some type of convention, meetup, or something in Orlando, hopefully within the next 6 months. Nabi says, what platform is it running on? I'll check it out. Thanks. The webinar platform is actually in the dashboard. It's just right under webinar. And to get the training, you need to go to the Builderall USA YouTube channel, and you'll see the training there. John from Alberta says, I was looking for the last Appreneur Pro. Did I miss it? No, John, I've been so bad about not doing them. So I promise when things settle down a little bit and I can really flip-flop between the training videos and then Appreneur Pro, I will go back to doing them. But it has been really a challenge to flip-flop between the two, especially with all the new stuff that I'm learning. And in case you guys didn't know, certified partner training is coming up, and it'll be probably the October. And when it starts, it's going to be done a little bit different than the way we did it the first time. And this time I will be actually doing the training part, the actual how to use the system part. And then Eric's going to be doing mindset and business training. So be watching for announcements about that, because the first one was phenomenal. And I think this second one, with all the new information and the new features, it's going to be even phenomenal. So be watching for it. I don't have an exact date yet, exact price yet, but be watching, because if you want to really move ahead with Builderall and have some incredible skills and get the benefits of being a certified partner, there's going to be some different benefits than there were the first time. And if you want to build some type of agency where you're using Builderall and you're an agent of Builderall, you're going to be able to do that. So please be watching. The announcements will probably be coming out within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So just be watching for that, because it's going to be cool. Gerald says, I haven't gotten a sign up yet on week 3. With some of the features not ready, where's the best place to start and promote? Anywhere you want to, Gerald. They don't have to be ready to, I mean, the e-commerce doesn't have to be ready for someone to jump into Builderall and use the website builders, and that's ready. They don't have to have the e-commerce. They can build a mobile app. They can do a webinar through Builderall. So there's so much they can do. So don't focus on what they can't do, because those things are coming. You just have to give them a little time to fix them and get them ready. But there's still so much that you can do. So just really focus on the stuff that you can do. And there's plenty of people out there that want Builderall to build websites. They want Builderall to be able to build mobile applications. They want Builderall to be able to do email marketing. So just focus on those things right now. And then once all the other things are ready, like the e-commerce platform, the Facebook's chatbot fully ready, all the other things, I can't even think of all the things that we've got coming. But when those are all ready, then you can get them excited about those, and they'll be ready. So just hang in there. Focus on what you can do, because what you can do is incredible, right? What you can do with Builderall is already incredible. So get them in based on that, and then get them excited about what's coming once they get all the rest of it ready. Okay. John says, thanks, Shelly. You're welcome. Gerald says, great webinar. Thank you. You are so welcome. Nabi said, I meant like you, YouTube Live or Google. They don't have the webinar platform is not linked to YouTube Live yet, but that's one we're working on. So that may be a later addition once they get the other changes that they're working on. From Alberta says, waiting patiently. And Jean-Pierre says, like always, great. Shelly, thanks for the webinars. You're so welcome. And Gerald C says, I need so much help. I'm very excited about the future of BA. You're right, Gerald. And I'm working on something with Eric right now to try to get you some help. I'm shooting as many videos as I can, as fast as I can. But unfortunately, it's not enough and it's not fast enough. But I do promise you that I'm working hard on it. John says, thank you, Shelly, for the training. You are so welcome. Chip says, thanks again. You are so welcome. And John says, any idea when the niche funnels will be ready that Alex is doing? They should be in there and ready already. I'm not sure about that, so go ahead and check. But be checking in the Builderall business area, the money-making funnels. Go to default and then choose niche funnels if it's there. And they should be there. So check and see if they're there, okay? I'm not sure. I've been so busy, I haven't really checked on that one. But if you do check and you find that they are there or not there, message me either way so that I know. John says they're in there, but they're not ready. Okay, good to go. So they must be still working on some of the elements of it to get them ready. Michael says, awesome training again. Thank you, Michael. It was great having you here. And I think that's all, you guys. So have a great evening. And don't forget that I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And hopefully next week, I may have some in-depth training on the e-commerce platform. We're so close to having that completely ready. So if it's ready, I'll do training on that one and show you guys how to really do some neat stuff with that platform. If not, we'll do one of the other ones that's new and learn about some of the other new stuff. Y'all have a great night until then, and I will see you around Builderall and around the Facebook groups. Have a great night.